Hello again.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Stephanie, will you need information again for this one?
No, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Rose.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I see it's 8 p.m. And I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency. I call this meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Roll call members, please. Rose.
James Malcolm,
Here.
Faye Storms,
Here.
Diane Einen,
Here.
Mike Ham, Orlando Reese, not yet, and Daniel Savona,
Here.
and Richard Jones.
Here.
Was Orlando having a hard time at the last meeting or no?
I don't think so. I'll shoot him a message because I believe he was planning to attend.
Okay, I'm going to move. I'm going to read the mission statement. The mission of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of the Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing business. That brings us to public comment on agenda items only. Okay. I'll move past that. It brings us into projects. Ulster NH Realty. Council, do you want to take it from here?
Sure. Thank you, Chair. What you have in front of you on the agenda are 5 bullet points for this project. The first bullet point are materials prepared by the CEO, Rose, dealing with the business terms of the transaction. And we can get to that page if you'd like. It's really a question of maybe what I'll do, Chair, is I'll summarize the items and then we can go through them in detail at the request of the board members.
Absolutely.
So bullet 1 is a summary of the business terms, again, prepared by the IDA CEO. The second is the assignment and assumption agreement. That agreement provides for the relationship between the current company and the old company, where the old company assigns all the IDA documents over to the new company, and the new company assumes those obligations. And there's a nuanced point there that I'll just spend a minute talking about. That, and we call it in our firm, a baton pass. There's a baton pass from the old company, new company. And the important issue there is that the new company takes on all the obligations of the old company. So if there's a default, if there's a failure, if there's a problem by the old company, we have the new company on the hook for that. We don't have to follow and chase the old company. The old company walks away, The new company is on the hook for everything. And the reason why we do it that way is that we have leverage with the new company because we have the documents with the new company. The third bullet is the pilot agreement. That's an amended and restated pilot agreement, same term, but it has the higher pilot payments as outlined in bullet 1, the change in the structure from a fixed payment with a COLA adjustment to a percentage of normal tax. And again, the numbers are outlined nicely in the first bullet item, which was the business terms. The fourth bullet is the Uniform Agency Project Agreement. That's our clawback agreement. That's agreement where the new company agrees to maintain the 330 FTE job numbers, where they agree to maintain the star rating with respect to the nursing operations, where they agree to maintain the star rating with respect to the nurses, where they also agree to make our admin fee of $75,000 this month on our closing date, and the balance, the second $75,000 piece on January 1. And I've worked with Joe Ariel on putting in language to make clear that there's no notice required if they don't make that payment. There's no notice required if it's an automatic default, and we can exercise any and all remedies, including the termination of the pilot and the termination of the other documents. The last item, bullet number 5, is the assignment assumption pilot resolution, which is actually the resolution for consideration by the board tonight, where we approve the 3 documents and the business points that are outlined in bullet item 1. So that's a summary of the materials. I do have some notes in terms of opening each of the individual documents and pointing out a couple of things if the board wants to get into that level of detail. And obviously, I'm more than happy to do a line by line of the resolution, which is probably an appropriate thing to do in connection with our consideration of the project.
Well,
So,
Council,
pass it back to you.
no, don't you pass it back to me, that hot potato. I'm going to
Okay.
move it back to you to go line by line on the resolution. And at that point, prior to asking for any kind of vote, we'll answer any questions from board members.
Great. So the resolution is page 75 of the PDF. And I'm going to just touch very briefly on the whereas paragraphs, which are 75, 76, 77. That essentially tells the story of the prior transaction, the closing back in 2013, the entering into of the various IDA documents, including the pilot agreement with the former company, and then the new company coming to us, submitting an application, requesting us to take action, and this is the resolution that provides for that. So I'm now on page 78, Chair. And what I did here in section 1 was I expanded the findings that we typically make to reflect that this project is a little unusual. Most assignment assumption projects that come to us, it's a simple, like I said before, a simple baton pass. There isn't a lot of negotiation or reworking, restructuring of the transaction, but there obviously was here. And the reason that we did that here was as outlined in Rose's business points memo was, the concern about making sure that the company is paying adequate pilot payments, making sure that there's adequate staffing at the facility, and making sure that the facility continues to operate at a relatively high level. And so what we did was we in effect leveraged those desires on our part with the company to work out a set of business terms to hopefully provide significant benefits to Ulster County. And that's what I outlined in this section. And that really starts in section 1F, again, on page 78. where I indicate that we're willing to consider the assignment request. Recall that the assignment request doesn't come from us, it came from the new company. And we were willing to consider that as long as they maintained a certain level of FTEs. And that number has increased significantly from what was originally done by the prior company. It's now at 330. Maintaining a certain star rating with respect to operations of the facility, and then also maintaining a certain level with respect to nurse staffing. We then make some findings in G and H that indicate that it's our belief that the increase in pilot payments, and it's over $3.5 million of increased payments over the the remaining 19-year payment of the remaining 19-year term of the pilot agreement, excuse me, that's going to benefit the Ulster County, the city of Kingston, and the Kingston City School District. And then also maintaining those job levels will benefit the citizens of Ulster County. And then in I, maintaining the star rating with respect to operations and nursing staff levels will benefit the county with good nursing home care. I then flip over to the top of page 9. And in K, I note that we've considered the public hearing report. And obviously, given that the public hearing occurred immediately preceding to this meeting, and most of the board members have attended the public hearing, for Faye's benefit, I'll summarize, and then maybe Rose, you can fill in any blanks that I may out. But my memory here is that there was one set of comments from one member of the public, the chair of the county legislature. He, I'll say, applauded, congratulated the IDA with respect to its operations and moving forward with respect to this project. He did think that the new terms of the pilot agreement were an improvement. He did have a little bit of a caveat there saying, I'm not sure if it was the best that you could have gotten, but he did say that they were very good. And then the balance of his comments, frankly extensive, were relating to egress in and out of the facility and the impact that it has on adjacent neighbors. And the chair called out the project applicant, who was willing to respond to that issue, and indicated that he would be reaching out to either the chairman of the county legislature or some entity to discuss that issue, because he has identified it as an issue and would like to address it. I'm not sure if there's anything more, Chair, that you want to add, or Rose, that you want to add with respect to this.
No, I would ask, I'd go around the room, board member Storms, anything from you?
No, I think that we really hashed it out and covered like the very important points. So I'm very happy with it so far.
Thank you. Board member Savona?
Hey, Jim. No, Jim, I think we did our homework on this one. I'm comfortable. I don't think we have any room, and Joe, correct me if I'm mistaken, to regulate the traffic on Glen Street. I do know where he's talking about. It is a residential area, and the two intersections, they both meet up at the nursing home, and it is a shortcut. It's a big shortcut, so it is a residential area. So I do see his concerns, but I don't think we have any grounds to regulate that, do we?
Not really.
Not really, right? It's not
It
us.
would be-
But other than that, I think we're in a good place. I think we did our homework. Go ahead, Joe.
Board member Einen?
I would also voice the other comments just preceded you turning to me. So I'm really comfortable with the work that we've done and the information that we have.
Great. Board member Ham?
I agree with everybody, what they're saying. I think the board did a tremendous job in not letting this one get away, so we could be involved in it as a board. The chair and the CEO have done a great job in communicating with the client and bringing the client back to the table so we could talk. And I agree, moving ahead, the board did the best job they could in what was put together here and presented. And I congratulate everybody on the board. I think everybody did a great job.
Board Member Reese.
I just want to say, being one of the newer board members, I thought that this and the other things we've been doing.
We get an
have really,
invite to that house of yours.
yeah,
Can we get an
come on
invite
over.
to that house?
Totally. We'll have a party over here. But I just want to say, I agree with everything. Everyone's done a great job. I think we've all really dug deep since the beginning on all this. I think everyone's done a really great job on pulling all of this together. What I really like, and I have to just say, congratulations to the overall board, is that we've worked as a team to kind of really look and dig deep, and different people had different things throughout, and everyone listened and learned. And I'm really proud of where we are with them. I'm glad that, Rose and Jimmy, you guys brought the client back to the table. So I think these are the kind of projects that show that we're really looking and being serious what's going on out there. So thank you all.
Board Member Jones.
So, Chair, I just have two brief comments, and then just and a third one as well. So I really have 3 comments. So,
we got a mute button over here.
So I just want to button up 1 or 2 things. Hey, Joe, on page 52, there's a blank there left for a number, and it's the full-time equivalent employees. This may be a draft, but the number 330 should go in there, page 52, down on the bottom. Do you see it there?
Yeah, give me a second. I think it's actually that's actually the nursing number, Rick, and we're working to get that number from.
Gotcha. Yes, you're right.
The applicant. So
okay, that was my. Thank you. That was my second comment. The differentiation between the nursing and professional staff, doctors, nurses, RNs, PNs, whatever, versus the service staff. So I think that's where that would go.
Exactly. And it says that registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, and certified nursing assistants. Yes, absolutely.
Rick, the 330 is in the project agreement.
Okay.
The Uniform Agency Project Agreement.
Second item, Joe, on page 78, which is the resolution that we'll be taking a look at, we'll be voting on shortly. The items that you read out, section F, 2, A, B, and C. Should there be numbers in there? It just says a full-time employment level employees at the project facility. Should there be a number in there reflecting the detailed legal document, but the resolution carry those numbers forward?
I think you'll get it in the final document, Rick.
Okay.
Again, this being a
That's
draft.
fine. And then just one final comment, which is, I think notable, and Rose, thank you for the work you did on coming up with the numbers. A total of $3.7 million additional will be coming to the taxing, the municipalities and the school district. So the total amount of the inducement was lowered by 3.7, and that was switched to the municipalities. So that's, of course, we could always make it. I think Mr. Donaldson, Chair Donaldson mentioned too, maybe we could get a better deal, but I think to move it from an inducement of 10 million to lower it to 6.6, and to get particularly the school district $3.7 million is really terrific. So thank you, Rose.
There were, and on my end as chair, let me first note the hard work that Joe Ariel also put in, our board counsel. He wasn't able to be on this meeting, but actually once the client was thinking about walking away, Joe put a lot of time and effort in to get him back to the table. So I don't want to lose sight of that. I will say this, both council, tremendous dialogue on a topic that was a hot button issue in that greater Kingston area and the county. Based on a lot of things, I wouldn't disagree in principle with Chairman Donaldson, but I will say this, a productive pilot, a successful pilot is your best advertisement. These people came back to the table. paid a little bit more than they wanted to. Nobody wants to pay more. We made the terms attractive. And you know, that news spreads. People want to know they can go somewhere and do business with professionals and their needs are going to be addressed and met. So I'm very, very proud to be a working part and especially to chair this board. And that being said, council, should we move to a roll call vote on a resolution?
Yes, just to quickly summarize, the balance of the resolution, sections 2, 3, 4, approve the terms of the transaction and authorize you as chair and the vice chair in your absence to sign the documents. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Chair, for a motion and a second.
Rose, can I get a motion from, can I get a motion from any board member to move the vote?
I'll make a motion to move the vote.
Thank you, Rick. Can I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Thank you, Fay. Anything else on the question? All those in favor of moving the vote, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Roll call vote, Rose.
James Malcolm,
Yes.
Faye Storms,
Yes.
Diane Einen,
Yes.
Michael J. Ham,
Yes.
Orlando Reese,
Yes.
Daniel Savona,
Yes.
and Richard Jones.
Yes.
Okay, the resolution was declared and adopted. Is there any other business to take care of under this special meeting? I want to thank everybody for giving of yourselves.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
Jimmy, I think
I'm sorry.
Brian.
Hey,
had his
Jim,
hand
sorry
up.
if I say something here for a
Oh,
minute.
absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to just chime in. I've been trying to call in or listen in to your meetings the last few in preparation for the big Kingstonian meeting that's going to be coming up.
What
because there's a lot-
Kingstonian? What is this
Yeah, right.
Kingstonian?
Anyway, I just, just to prepare to see how you guys conduct yourselves and to see the work that you're doing. And I've spoken to many of you individually. You've come to the legislative meetings, and I just want to tell you how very happy I am to see the work that you folks are doing. This is a perfect example of what we were looking for with a reformation of the board. The county gained, the person taking over Golden Hill had to sacrifice a little bit, but overall they're going to gain. And as Jim mentioned and other people have mentioned, it sends the correct message to the community. We're going to have other opportunities coming down the road where you folks are going to be involved, and we're going to be relying on you to do exactly what you did here, right? If somebody walks away, get them back there, work on the terms, get it to work, and hopefully we can all come away with this with nothing but positives as we go forward. And again, I just want to thank you. I'm very, very happy to see the way things are going. You guys are doing a great job, and just keep up the good work. Thank you.
I don't want any of that famous Brian Cahill arm twisting, though. You know what I mean?
I don't-
I'm
yeah,
teasing.
yeah.
No, the legislature has been great. It's been our best working partner. We had a couple things we discussed the other day that we reach out and we, whether it's calling economic development or Roses, all over it, maybe looking for an intern somewhere to help us out. And we're in good shape, but we don't rest on that. We're going to keep moving forward. And again, thank you very much on
Yeah,
behalf
I mean,
of the board.
I'm also on the I'm on the UCETA board, right? And they're going to be reaching out to you guys to work closely with them too. They have a lot of activity, and I just think that it's really, really important that everybody's going in the same direction.
Thank you.
And what you folks are doing now is just part of that puzzle. So again, thanks.
Good stuff.
I'll let you go
Good
now.
stuff. Okay. So unless there's anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Well, you make it
Yeah,
first.
make the motion.
A motion. I
I'll
got a
make a
second.
motion.
Do I have
I
a second,
second.
Orlando?
I second.
All right. Nothing further. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Rose, I could probably get up there sometime tomorrow if you want me to sign documents.
Yeah, is that okay? Joe, will we have the final information?
Just let me know.
I'll circle, Joe E has been the direct connection with the project applicant. Let me circle with him and then I'll be back to you tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Well,
Great.
whatever it is, it's, please don't, it would behoove the applicant to expedite it at this.
And
point.
I'll be in Kingston in the morning in case something happens, Jim. I can,
You know what?
I'll-
If you're up there, Faye, by
Morning.
all means, give Faye a call. If she's up there, she can sign off. That's fine with me. Saves me a trip up. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank
Take
you,
care,
guys.
everyone.
thank you.
Take care. Good night.
bye. Night.
Mr. Scott, were you looking for this on an immediate basis or anything? Sometimes you do that.
No.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Chris.
Rose.
All right,
Nice
bye.
work.
You might need a spelling for that, UCEDA.
UCEDA.
UCE. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.